Hi everybody, I'm going to turn this into this little beauty. Good morning and welcome back to my workshop. My name's Paul. If this is the first time you've come across my site, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, hey guys, it's great to have you back. So back in the workshop today, a few little things to tidy up before we do some traveling. I've been very fortunate enough to be asked to make a pen for a lovely, lovely lady. I'm not going to announce who she is. I'm going to ask her permission before that happens, but I've been asked to make a lovely fountain pen. I've got some nice bit of Zibrano here. We did have a couple of options to look at some walnut, but she quite likes the Zibrano, and I think when we actually get this turned on the lathe back down to its roundness and get all those lovely, lovely grains matching up on the lid and the nib section, it will look really, really smart as I'm covering my face, which is quite clever. Anyway, let's get on with it. The first thing we've got to do is measure for the brass tubes, drill the holes, which is two size different drill bits. We use Beaufort inks for my pen kits here in Devon, which is where I'm based. All the links will be in the description below, as per normal. So yeah, going to cut this into two pieces, drill the tubes, glue the tubes in, and then we'll give it a couple of 3 hours, even though the resin or the epoxy I use is a 5-minute epoxy, but I like to get it to harden up for a good 2 or 3 hours before I start to turn it on the lathe, because it gets very, very thin, and I don't want it to fracture. It's the only bit of Zibrano I've still got left. So yeah, let's get going. I'm going to take you through the process. I'll obviously speed up a few bits as we go along, but it's a good thing. Got a lot of tools to use that I've purchased specifically for making pens, which makes the life a lot easier. Right, what I can safely say that the kits from Beaufort Ink come simplistically packaged, but all individual little sealed packages just like this, which I've ripped open just so save you the boredom. So I always check the list to make sure it's there, but in all the years I've been using Beaufort, I've never actually had an item missing. Most important though is the items that are inside. You always get two tubes. The bigger of the two diameters and the shorter of the two tubes is the cap tube. And this is the barrel tube, the nib barrel tube. And then we literally just go through all the bits to make sure they're all there, as you can see. They are beautifully fixed. We've got a brush gold titanium, what do you call that, the accent ring. And if you look, this is the normal gold that you see. So all the parts are there, they're all beautiful. So the next thing to do is actually get the Zibrano, which I've got here, marked, cut on the bandsaw, drilled using the two. It's very important to get the two drill sizes correct, and then we get it glued in, and then the process can begin on actually making the pen. But as you can see, it's a beautiful, beautiful kit. Big thumbs up to Beaufort Ink. Right, the first job we do, and as I've already done, is I put a little pencil mark here, is work out which grain you want to use. So I'm going to use this thicker egg grain for the nib, for the cap. And as it trucks down here, we can then trim it back to take the actual nib. So, simple job, just overlay it, mark it up. Then all I do is put a 1 here and a 1 here. So I know that when I cut this, these two bits will go together. So when I actually go to turn it, I can align them up. So when it tightens up, those grooves, those grain patterns should come in line. It's important to do that, I think, if you've got grained wood. It's not so tough if you've got resin or plastic. So I've oversized it so I can actually cut straight down the middle, and there's plenty of room either end once I use the barrel trimmers to get it down to the cut. And this bit will go here, so I can mark at the other end, get my little square, and just put a nice grooved edge here. And we know this is going to be the waste. So then I'll take it over to the bandsaw and cut those bits down. And that's through. And as you can see, straight through the centre. Okay, let's get ready for the gluing. Right, time to glue up time. So I use a 5-minute epoxy resin, A and B, just equal amounts of both. So squirt out here. Right, okay, so this is all glued up nicely. Let's just shut my door. So as you can see, when you look inside here, that the barrel, the actual barrel itself, or the tube, is below the edge of the wood. So what we will use now is these barrel trimmers. We'll put these back in the drill press, and it will grind this down here and create a nice square edge, so when the pens butt together there is no angles, etc, etc. So you'll definitely need to get these bits if you're going to look to make these pen kits for sure. So we're going to go back over to the drill press now and prep these ready for putting on the lathe. Okay, I've mounted this is going to be the nib end, and the barrel trimmers are slightly different sizes, obviously, for the different diameters that we've got. So this is literally going to drop in here, and we'll gently square off the edges. Done. And then if you look here, the edges are nicely polished, so we know. We'll check, and as you can see, that edge is nice and shiny too. Right, now we've got to get ready to mount it on the lathe. Now, if you're going to be using the bushes that you need to purchase from, the guide bushes will become very, very clear in a second. So when you order these sets from from Beaufort Ink, for this particular type of pen kit, you have to be a little bit careful because they are different sizes. If I can get this out without losing them, there are 4 in total, and I don't want to lose them. Right, these are the bushings. When I put it on the lathe, you'll see exactly what I mean. But the diameters on the end, 2 are the same. If I mount them all here and I'll get my calipers, 2 are the same diameter. The last remaining 2, one is smaller than the other. So you can see these 2 will be the same. And then you can see here, this one is slightly smaller, this one is slightly bigger than this one. But we will double check with the calipers. So we can see here, that is 13.3. And that is 13.3 and a bit. So these 2 are the same. So these 2, the larger diameters, are for the cap, which will be for this bit. And then we have to get these round the right way. So when I measure this one's 12.92. And this one's 11.24. So we have to make sure that we're putting them in the right way. So the 2 remaining bushes, as I said, are different diameters. The larger one of the 2 is for the nib connector, and the smaller one of the 2 is for the finial. That's going to be the end of it. So we have to remember where we mark these, because we want these to go together. So there's one of my pencil marks, and there's the other pencil mark somewhere on here. Where is it? It's just under that ink. So these 2 here, we want the grain pattern to follow. So we now know that this is going to be the end of the pen. This is be where the cap meets it, where the ink's going to be inside, and that's going to be where, oh, that, beg your pardon, there's the mark. It's there. Okay, so we can see where these grain patterns are going to be nicely meeting. So this is going to be the end of the pen. This is where these 2 bits screw together. So the ink will go inside here, and this will be the end of the pen itself. So we now know this one will go here, this one will go here, and these 2 will go here. And that's how we mount it on the lathe. Let's get ready to mount this on the lathe, and then we'll start to turn it. So I'll put the camera above so you can see now these barrel trimmers are in. Remembering that these 2 are the same. This is for the cap. This is the bigger one here, and this is a smaller one. So this is the end of the pen, the middle of the pen, middle of the pen, end of the pen. And we've obviously got these 2 pencil marks where we want this grain to follow on. There's the 2 pencil marks there. And we mount this simplistically on here. Slide the end stock up, make sure it's in nice and tightly, and then we can move tool rest into position and get ready to grind. So now you can see that we're going to turn these bits of square literally down to where the bush guidance is. So they are in fact a guide for where the lathe, the tool, will finish. So let's just get ready for turning now. So I've got the rest set as I need it now to be able to start turning these centers, turning these bits down to the centers, to the guides. So let's go for it. Okay, so what we need to do now is the boring part, and that's sand it down to a nice finish before we can whack some lovely wax on this and get it up to the. So this is the boring bit. I sanded down from 240 grit right the way out to 1200 grit, and then sprayed some water in to raise the grain a little bit so I can sand it down further, and then to finish whacked a load of Odie's wax on there to get that shine straight up. Took a couple of 3 coats of that and it was finished. Right, these are now freshly off the lathe, and as I say, we have to remember which is which. So we're going to take these 2 caps off first, or these edge barrel trimmers, put them in the box so we don't lose them, and then we take these 2 off, not to lose them. Right, we've got the little components now to start making it. As I've said, we must remember that these 2 ends are the same size diameter, but this is going to be the end of the pen where the little clip goes. So the first 2 components we have to fit together are going to be the cabochon, the accent cabochon, with this little bit here, and the actual cap finial. So we need to press those 2 into these little holes. Now, history has taught me that this is always a little bit tight, so I get a little 5mm drill bit and I just grind it out a little bit, so it goes in a little bit easier. Okay, so now we can move the camera back a little bit, move that to one side. I know which way these are located, and we push this in a little bit by hand just so it locates, and then we adjust this up, and I will bring it closer to the camera for you guys. Push this into position here, and then I'm holding it there so you can actually see it, and I'm just going to push this home. Now I can adjust it back a little bit, and that is being pushed in there by leverage, and that little clip, don't be afraid to give it the beans, and now that little cabochon, accent cabochon, is nicely pushed into the actual cap finial. So then we can press the next bit in. So we put this over here, push that into there, making sure that's the end that we want to go into. And then we again adjust this back, locate that into position, and press that home, and you'll see it glide straight in. Okay, now these 2 bits are done at the moment. So next thing we're going to do is put the cap thread in, which is this bit here, and we'll press that. It normally goes in by hand, but I don't want to push it too far in because this is going to be where to screw this bit onto, so we can work that out after we've done it. So let's just push this back a little bit, get it positioned in there. This is made of plastic, so it's very soft, so don't push it too far. I'll push it on as much as I need to, and then when I squeeze this bit on, it will push this back into position. And then the next bit is to get the centre band fixing. This is where this is going to be pushed. As you can see, it'll push it straight in there. And there's 2 little bits that we have to take care of. Now this is the loose ring and the accent ring. Now the accent ring, you won't pick it up on the camera, but I'll put a picture on it, is slightly angled. So we have to make sure that we get the angle correct. So we have the centre band fixing ring, the accent ring, and then the loose ring. Put that in there. adjusting as I go, and then you can see it slide all the way into position. And then that is the cap all finished. The next thing is we're going to get the nib connector into the barrel, but the way I do this is I screw this into here first, so that would be tight now, so we can make sure that we're following the grain pattern, which I think will be there, as you can see. So once I'm happy, I can push that into position. Sometimes it pushes in, but I now know that pen is now tight, so if I take it off, those two grains are going to meet. So I take this off nice and slowly, and I can push that into position. Once again, adjust it out, push on, and then once I put that back in, then once it's all connected together, those grains all meet, which is exactly what we wanted to happen. We put the finial connector on first. There's a threaded end, so we can push this out, adjust that on, push that into nicely positioned, and then we screw this bit on. Put this into position first. This is going to be the nib. We screw the nib into here, and then we screw those into position. And there you have it, one Zibrano fountain pen, a Mistral from Beaufort Inks down here in Devon. A beautiful kit to work with. As the car goes by, if I take the cap off, lovely fountain pen, nice box nib. And if we take the actual cap off itself, we've got an option inside to either plug a cartridge in like the new modern methods, if I can do this with one hand, let's get it out a bit more, or we can take it right the way out, and there's a siphon method inside there which I need to pull out with one hand, and there you go. So that's the traditional siphonage method. A beautiful pen, lovely to make, and they're stunning kits. And there you go. So that's it, another pen made. Thank you so much for viewing. If you've liked the video, give us a thumbs up, that'd be awesome. And if you really want to subscribe, that'd be a bonus too. The more the merrier. I've loved making this pen, and I hope you've enjoyed watching it. So here's to the next time. See you all soon, and thanks again. Bye.